Welcome to the 8th and final stage of the Critérium de Dauphiné 2021. 4,000 metres of climbing to settle this 73rd edition, and the fireworks are likely to come on the hors category Col de Joux plan over 11 kilometres at a leg-crunching 8.5%. Today wasn't just about the yellow and blue jersey though. Yesterday's stage winner Mark PADUN got into the breakaway, and he took enough King of the Mountains points to snatch the polka dot jersey from Lawson Craddock. There were a maximum of 19 riders in the break, including some that we've already seen on the attack in recent days: Volgren, Tusveld, Elisond, Roland, Arcas and Bernard, and some strong climbers like KONRAD, VINGEGAARD and Martin. INEOS Grenadiers controlling the peloton for Richie Porte, who was briefly held up by a mechanical but quickly got back to the pack. The leaders are now inside the final 50 kilometres with just over 3 minutes in hand. But the breakaway was set to be blown apart as they made their way onto the Col de Joux plan. PADUN, who was already so impressive yesterday, blasting away from Guillaume Martin and Patrick Conrad as he looked to make it 2-stage wins in 2 days. A few skirmishes back in the peloton, Ben Hermans and Nairo Quintana trying their luck, but they didn't get far. Steven Kreutzwijk had a bit more success, putting around 30 seconds clear. The group of favourites starting to thin out, with the INEOS Grenadiers still in control. Theo Gegenhardt and Geraint Thomas setting a good pace and making it hard to launch any attacks as they caught up to Kreutzwijk. Mikel Angel Lopez then attacked towards the summit, but he was unable to get much of a gap on Porte. PADUN, on the other hand, with a comfortable lead over KONRAD and VINGEGAARD and flying to his second successive stage win. The favourites back together again on the technical descent where Thomas crashed, but it was nothing too serious for the Welshman. Porte now left to fend for himself on the final climb, but the Australian never really looked in danger. Only Ben O'Connor managed to get a small gap. PADUN was able to celebrate his victory as Richie Porte finally conquered the Dauphiné.
He's going to make it double up time. Back-to-back wins. Mark PADUN, Bahrain victorious. Take a bow, because it's double bubble for Bahrain victorious. Geraint Thomas brings home Richie Porte with David Gaudu. The Dauphiné is won by Richie Porte.
Richie Porte wins the Critérium de Dauphiné 2021, making it 7 victories for Sky or INEOS in the past 11 editions of this race. It's a first win for the 36-year-old since last year's Tour Down Under, his first in Europe since the 2018 Tour of Switzerland. He has come mighty close in the past, finishing second twice, and now finally the Australian gets to stand on the top step of the podium.
This race for me, I've been second here twice, and then I also lost second place one year in the last kilometre as well, but to finally win it, I'm just over the moon. All the sacrifices, time away from my wife and 2 kids, it's worth it, and this team INEOS Grenadiers are just absolutely brilliant today.
PADUN doubling up in style over the final 2 mountain stages, the Ukrainian really making a name for himself as he came in over a minute and a half clear of VINGEGAARD and KONRAD, with O'Connor leading home the favourites. Porte takes the yellow and blue jersey ahead of Alexey Lutsenko and his teammate Geraint Thomas, with Theo Gegenhardt also inside the top 10. Wilco Kelderman and Jack Haig make up the top 5. Sonny Colbrelli eased to victory in the points classification thanks to his win on stage 3 and 3 second places. PADUN making it a memorable race for Bahrain victorious, adding the polka dot jersey to his 2 stage wins. Not bad for a rider who's out of contract at the end of this season. David Gaudu will be pretty happy to have finished as the best young rider, given that he had a big crash in training last month. The Frenchman 2 minutes clear of his compatriot Aurélien Paré-Peintre. Well, Richie Porte says he has no illusions about this summer's Tour de France, where he's set for a domestique role, but anything can happen at the world's biggest bike race, and after coming 3rd last year, the Aussie is looking in excellent shape. We'll find out what he and the INEOS Grenadiers can do when it gets underway on June the 26th, so join us then, and thanks very much for watching.